The Club World Cup has officially wrapped up in the US, and I was able to go to 4 different games throughout the tournament, including both semifinals and the final. Here are some of my favorite moments I captured. The first game I went to in the tournament was Dortmund's group stage match against Fluminense, and that game ended up being a 0-0 draw. Even though the game was scoreless, it wasn't completely boring because I got to see Bellingham make his debut for Dortmund. So after that Dortmund game, I ended up going to both semifinal games as well. The first semifinal was, of course, Chelsea versus Fluminense, where Joao Pedro had a brace against his boyhood club. I got both of the goals on camera. This is my footage. Before the Chelsea game, I was actually able to meet Gareth Bale, and I also got to meet Berbatov. I even said hi to Mikel, Chris Richards, and a player I used to watch at the New York Red Bulls, Juan Pablo Angel. Then in the other semifinal game, I saw PSG destroy Real Madrid 4-0. Of course, you know I had to get all the goals on camera for this one as well. PSG were just smashing the goals in. It was 3-0 by halftime. Fabian Ruiz scored the first, and then Dembele ended up scoring the second, and Fabian Ruiz scored the third as well. Then we go to the second half, and Gonzalo Ramos scores yet again to make it 4-0. That would be the final score. And after Ramos netted that goal, he went over towards our section, and he hit the Diogo Jota celebration in honor of his teammate that he lost from Portugal. Going into the final, I was confident that PSG were going to win. Me and my dad were both rocking PSG shirts at the game. Before we even were able to get into the stadium, we saw so many celebrities going into the VIP section. We saw football legends like Thierry Henry and Del Piero. There was a huge crowd of people swarming Ochoa. I saw Todd Boehly, the Chelsea owner, and I even saw Spike Lee and so many more celebrities. When we finally got into the stadium, I immediately noticed R9 is talking to Romario on a broadcast. I pretended to be in a picture with R9 and Romario. I even saw J Balvin meeting Ronaldo. I got a little closer and I said hi to Gary Lineker. He was nice enough to wave to me right before he went on air. Before the game started, I was right in front of the Chelsea players warming up, and I said they were going to lose. And that is clearly not at all what happened, because Cole Palmer put on a clinic with 2 goals and an assist. The first goal was all Nuno Mendes' fault. He tries to get a header out of the air and he loses it out to Gusto. Gusto initially tries to get a shot off, but it's blocked, so he lays it off to Cole Palmer. And Cole Palmer so calmly just slots it right into that far post. It was a beautiful finish, but I wanted PSG to win, so I was not happy at all after Cole Palmer scored that. And to make it even worse, he points over towards our section while he celebrates. A few minutes later, Cole Palmer is again on the ball and Nuno Mendes is completely out of position. Vitinha fills in where Nuno Mendes should be. Joao Pedro makes a run. Cole Palmer acts like he's going to play it to him. It's a perfect dummy, and then he puts the exact same finish right into the back of the net for the 2-0 lead. At this point, I'm fuming. I'm like, that's 2 times in a row. What is happening, PSG? And again, Cole Palmer points right towards us. It's not even halftime yet, and Cole Palmer is yet again on the ball with Joao Pedro again making a run. This time, Nuno Mendes and Beraldo leave such a huge gap for Cole Palmer to play it through to Joao Pedro. Donnarumma comes out and Joao Pedro chips him for the 3-0 lead. Me and my dad were in complete shock at this point. The entire second half, PSG did not have an answer. And to make things even worse, Joao Neves ended up getting himself sent off. And right after the final whistle, the teams go at it with the manager for PSG, Luis Enrique, shoving Joao Pedro to the floor. There was pushing and shoving between Donnarumma and Joao Pedro before this happened, and Joao Pedro did shove Luis Enrique first. Chelsea then lift the Club World Cup trophy with the president not getting out of the way and not realizing that he should be off the stage at this point. It wasn't the result I wanted in the end. I wanted to see PSG win the whole thing, but I had such a blast at this tournament, and I can't wait for the World Cup next year.